These are 6 verses, the great benefits of reading Gita. Okay, so repeat after me. Gita dhyayana ta Shilasya pranayama parasya cha naiva santi hi papani purvajanma kritani cha sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaishvami ma shuchaha. This is the first benefit if you read Gita sincerely and seriously. So if you read, what do you mean by seriously reading? Read every day. अगर कोई बंदा, if you say someone is serious, that means he's doing something. Like imagine your staff comes one day in time and 25 days late. What do you call him? He's very serious about work. No. But if he comes every day in time, says he's serious about work. So similarly, when will Krishna take us seriously? When you read every day. It's one verse, one page, something. But every day, if you read, that would be called serious. And sincere means you have a you don't have an intent to show to anyone, but you're intending because I want to learn. So do it every day and with the intention to learn. These are the two qualities needed. Right? Lord is very practical. Har din or to learn. Just like as children, we wanted to learn a subject, we want to learn Gita. If you read with this intent, what is the blessing that is being given? What did you read? What is the blessing you get? Yes. So it's saying your past karma will not touch you. जैसे कहते हैं ना कि विषय कि हमारे पूर्व पाप हैं जो अभी हमें फल दे रहे हैं. तो Krishna will not let the purva pap touch you. Prabhupada was once in the kitchen and one disciple was cutting tomatoes. And as he was cutting tomatoes, by mistake, he hit his finger and it started bleeding. Prabhupada saw that this finger is bleeding. Prabhupada said, actually, your head was supposed to cut off. But because you're a devotee, Krishna is just giving you a very, very small token. It happens for devotees. Something so much has to happen, but because we have become devotees, Krishna takes responsibility and minimizes it. Sometimes people say that, oh, I'm worshipping, but nothing is happening. No, so much was to happen, but only a little token has been handed over. Right? So this is how we understand. So if you read Gita every day and with a good intent, Krishna will remove all the past. And all our dukkha is because of papa boja. Mentally we become stressed. Environment becomes very stressful. This is all because of, yes. So Krishna says, I will clean the path. And this is the last verse that you read here, which we'll read in the end of the Gita, where Krishna says, this is the final wording. Hey Arjun, sarva dharman prityaja. Give up all the other kinds of religion or pseudo practices. Mam ekam sharanam. Just become surrender to me. Meri sharanagati karo. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaishvami mashuchaha. I will remove all your papa, give you liberation, and do not fear. Right? So this is the first thing, that Krishna will remove all the sinful reactions. Now, is it difficult for Krishna to remove? Right? We say, अरे हमारा तो इतना पाप है, भगवान संभाल पाएंगे? So we can understand it by an example. Imagine Rajneesh Prabhu has given a loan of 25 crores to someone. Have you? Yes. Okay. Imagine you have given a big amount of money, a loan to somebody, and that poor guy for 10, 20, 30, 40 years is on the burden. Now, if you want, can you relieve him of that burden? Yes. Rafa dafa. You got 25,000 crores. So is it so if you want to remove someone's burden of loan, how much does it take? Just your decision. So similarly, but for the person to remove his debt, so similarly, we are debted because of our sinful reactions. But if Krishna, who is the boss, if he wants to alleviate us, he can instantly say Rafa Dafa. Right? Makes sense what I'm saying? No, if the loan is gone, what is the burden? हाँ, हो गया ना. तो कृष्ण कह रहे हैं जैसे ही आप मेरे भक्त बन जाते हो मैं सब रफा दफा कर दूंगा. This is the offer. Huh? So this is the first blessing if you every day read and read with a good intent. Now somebody may say, oh, I read every day, but still the troubles have not gone. No, Krishna is not letting all the troubles go because he wants us to continue reading. He knows what it requires my child to be held on. So for devotees, even if difficulties come, Krishna sends it in a controlled way to bring us further close. Because it's our habit. We don't take medicines when the symptoms disappear. When the symptoms are there, we are very sincere to follow the doctor. The moment the symptoms come down, the dosage becomes inconsistent. And at some point of time, you forget the pills. Then the same problem persists. Right? That's why Krishna knows my children in Kali Yuga, you need to make them work a little bit under pressure, then they will do good. He is smart. So, this is the first blessing of the Gita. The second blessing Mala Nirmochanam Pumsa Jalasnanam Dine Dine Sakrit Gita Mritasnanam Samsara Malanashanam. Yes, Chandramukh, read. Second blessing. If you every day bathe in Gita. So what do you mean bathe in Gita? Yes. So what is getting bathed when you read? Okay. More. Yes. Our consciousness, our whole chitta, the whole thought, as rightly Prabhu said, everything gets washed. Right? What happens if you every day wash yourself with the Gita's message? What happens when you take bath? Yes. Like when you bathe, what happens? So what is the dirt in our heart? Yes. You see the secret here. Someone says how to get rid of the vices. Here it is said, nahao bhai roz. Roz nahaoge to clean ho jaoge. Right? If somebody has not taken bath for 1 month, how will he smell? Huh? Very foul. Or he may smell perfume. Right? So what is the message for someone who has not taken bath for 1 month? No, so what will you say if someone who has not taken bath? Yes. So even in our life, we when we go away from the spiritual books and our practice, we will also stink. We will smell bad for ourselves. Forget about smelling good for others. So what should be done at that time? Immediately take the Gita, take the mala and start. That's all. We don't have to lament. Kya ho gaya? Kya tha? No. Put the shower on, get under. And you will see the magic will immediately work. This is the second blessing. So first blessing was आपके पूर्व सारे पाप धुल जाएंगे. And second blessing is आपका सारा मल, हृदय का जो मल है वो साफ हो जाएगा. तो अंदर से भी क्लीन, दैविक कर्मों से भी क्लीन. So you will see that's how a devotee becomes happy from within and without. It's a natural consequence. Why would a devotee become lit up? Because of bathing regularly. Right? Prabhupada said in the Western world, whenever they see our devotee, they say they look different. They have a special charm on their face. Right? Why? Because they take bath every day. They are associating with Krishna every day, and Krishna is so wonderful, and by being with him, you also become wonderful. Right? This is the key. Now the third blessing. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmad Vinhishrita. Yogesh, pado. Oh, it's okay. It's there. No. Make everyone a student. Okay, you read now. So that by the time he gets the book, he'll read the next.
Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, continue.
In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literature. But this is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literature and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes. So what is being said here? What did you understand? Yes. Today is a world of so many choices. What to choose? What to choose? So Krishna makes it very clear. You only need to have one book with you and read it. Which is that book? Bhagavad Gita. Right? This means a little bit more. This means a little bit more of only reading Gita. In our life, whenever we are put in difficult circumstances or confusions or boredom, we always turn to something to enliven us and enlighten us in the good way or in a bad way. One devotee regularly sends me a message of how he spends his day. And in the last part of the message is screen time. And every day it's like 5 hours, 6 hours, 6.5 hours. Make sense? What do you mean by screen time? Scrolling on the phone, right? Now, why does a person scroll on the phone? Right? Is it because some messages have come from the Prime Minister or the President of India, or maybe Trump is calling, or some important chores? Yes. So we need something to enliven us. We need something to enlighten us. We need something to fill the boredom. And how do we do that? Gossip, social networks, smartphones. And when you do that and put so much of the stuff in your head, instead of becoming enlivened, you may have a heavy head, having taken in so much of a dosage, and you realize, was this necessary? Like I was stressful, and now I have become more stressful by hearing things here and there. See, experience that, right? Dukkha aushadam tada api dukkham. The medicine has become more painful than the disease. So today, when people experience that boredom, insufficiency, you know, wanting to enliven, fill themselves with some knowledge, they take to a recourse which actually fills them with more mundane stuff or more vices and more negativities. And they were feeling hopeless, and they become more hopeless, right? You're feeling sad, and you scroll on, see everyone doing so good, you become more nervous. Right? So this is a third blessing actually. What is Krishna saying? Whenever you feel vacuum, just take the Gita, open it, and start reading. All your answers, all your queries, everything will be here. And if you read Gita, there is a blessing that you will feel enlivened and fresh. Now you may say, Prabhu, you're saying it. What is the proof? The proof is when Krishna was with Sudama in Sandipani Muni's ashram, in Sandipani Muni's ashram in Ujjain, Avanti. So the pastime once Krishna and Sudama went hand in hand to bring firewood for the yagya. And in the evening, it started storming, and they got stuck in the heavy rains, right? So they did not come back to the Gurukula. Then Sandipani Muni himself, with all the other Shishyas, went to the forest, and Krishna and Sudama were on a tree. With one hand, they were holding each other, and in the other hand, they were holding the firewood. That means service to Guru and friendship. So, Sandipani Muni became very happy that you disciples, for service to your Guru, you did not even budge and you took personal inconvenience. Guru became very happy by their surrender. So, at that time, Sandipani Muni later blesses Krishna. Now, see, Krishna wants to set an example. I'm the Supreme Lord, but I also have a Guru. And I depend on the blessings of the superiors. And what is the blessing Sandipani Muni gave? He said, Oh Krishna, whatever you speak will be fresh for all the time to come. And what did he speak? The Gita. So anyone in the future ever takes Gita and starts reading it, it will be fresh. Somebody may say, Oh, I have read it. You read it again, you'll get a fresh meaning, a deeper purport, and you will get your answers to your boredom, answers to your being enlivened and enlightened. This is the third blessing that is being spoken here. Now the mind will say, it's not there. It's on the mundane stuff, right? Mind is like a small child. It wants all the wrong things. Like a small child, you give good, no. It wants the other things. So we should tell the mind, there's a third blessing. So let me just open the Gita and read for 5 minutes. Then we will scroll the phone. Do this once. Next time you're spontaneously there, or even in between you realize this thing, just open the Gita and say, let me try to get it here in 5 minutes. And tell me what happened. Did this work or not? Right? Krishna works all the time. So this is the third blessing, that if you allow Gita in your life, all the Mundane stuff which can give you hopelessness will not become a party to you. By this, you can stay away, right? Now, this is the third obstacle in our life. The first obstacle is our papa karma. The second obstacle is our vices, mala. The third obstacle is so much input that you get from the world to direct you. So, what to do in life? Many times we decide what to do based on how the society teaches us, right? So, Krishna is saying, no, you invest in me. The third book. I think Gandhi said this. Gandhi, if you see, writes about Gita. He would always carry Gita in his hand in political gatherings. And he said, whenever I go in despair or in a state of no hope, I turn to Gita, open it and read it, and a ray of hope emanates from it, right? His autobiography, My Experiments with Truth. And what is truth? The knowledge of the Gita. So, because he invested in the Gita, he could enliven a country. Make sense? Because he could bring direction to himself, so he can bring direction to the world. If he can't bring direction to ourselves, what direction will bring to others, right? So the third blessing is Gita will give you direction and make your life fresh, enlivened through the boredom. But for that, you need to make the choice, right? Now let's turn to the fourth blessing. Bharatamrita sarvasvam Vishnu Vaktrad Gita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanma na vidyate.
One who drinks the water of the Ganges attains salvation. So, what to speak of one who drinks the nectar of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the essential nectar of the Mahabharata, and it is spoken by Lord Krishna himself, the original Vishnu. Bhagavad Gita comes from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Ganga is said to emanate from the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, there is no difference between the mouth and the feet of the Supreme Personality of God, Supreme Lord, but from an impartial study, we can appreciate that Bhagavad Gita is even more important than the water of Ganga.
Yes, very nice analogy. Where does Ganga come from? How it comes from the feet of the Lord? How does it come from the feet of the Lord? Which avatar Ganga comes? Yes. कैसे भगवान विष्णु के पांव से आती है? Whenever you say something, you should be able to explain. आपको पता है? You have heard so many Bhagavad Saptahas, so you will know. Okay, nah. Yes, Alaknanda is what is flowing in the heavens. But how did it come to this world? Ah, eh, how did it come? No, Bhagirath brought it from the heaven. But who brought it in this world, in this universe? Who brought it? Nahi. I'm not telling the answer so that you can think more deeper. The more you churn, the more you go deep. You know the answer. The Lord came in a very tricky form and he asked for some charity. Yes. So what did Vamandev ask? 3 steps of land. Whom did he ask? To Bali. So how did Vamandev take the first step? Yes, he became Trivikrama. So first step, entire world. Second step, no, the whole Uparka area. At that time, he touched the shell of the universe, and the Viraja water touched the toe of Vamandev and came inside. So when the Viraja touched the feet of the Lord, she became Ganga. So that crack in the shell of the universe which Vamandev caused the Viraja drops. But the drops were not Viraja because they touched the feet of the Lord. It became purified as Ganga. Viraja is the ocean that separates the universe from the spiritual reality. But Viraja is not what has come. That came from Lord's lotus feet. That is how it is said Ganga is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. Ganga. Yes. So anything touches the Lord, it becomes divine. And then she came to heavens as Alakananda. Then who brought it from heavens to this earth is Bhagirath. She was so forceful. She told Bhagirath that if I come down to this earth, the whole earth will lose its orbit or get washed off. He said, now you have to worship Lord Shiva. Bhagirath spent all his life to bring Mother Ganga. Actually, it's not Bhagirath. 4 generations, Anshuman, Bhagirath, and many of them tried. And Bhagirath was the last, the relay race. And Lord Shiva became pleased and said, okay, I will take Mother Ganga's force on my jata. And you can imagine Lord Shiva's prowess. He took it and got the force of Mother Ganga down to this world. And he brought it to Ganga Sagar, where all his Purvaj, right, the sons of Sagar Maharaj, 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj had become punished by Lord Kapila because of their aparad. They were not getting delivered. So Bhagirath in 4 generations brought Mother Ganga. And when Mother Ganga touched them, they became liberated. Yes, Kapila Muni Ashram in Ganga Sagar. So that is what is being said. Mother Ganga, who emanates from the feet of the Lord, if anybody touches it, they will get delivered from this world. And we are fortunate we are staying in Calcutta next to Mother Ganga, right? And I think the water that comes in our place is also Ganga, the corporations. Yes, Ganga water. Calcutta is blessed. You may have 2 waters. One is the corporation, and one if you're drilled downstairs. The water that comes here is Ganga. You cannot really imagine the great piety and outcome of those who are born by the bank of Mother Ganga. We have to be greatly punyavan to be in that situation. So just by drinking Mother Ganga or coming in touch, it says, what happens here? Salvation. What is the proof? The 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj became delivered. So this is from Lord's lotus feet. But Bhagavad Gita is from the Lord's mouth. Right? For Lord, his mouth and his feet, they can do the same job. But still, what is coming from the Adharamrit from the Lord? This is Charanamrit. And Gita is Adharamrit, the lips. What is the nectar of that? So when you read Gita, you can imagine what is the blessing. He said, Punar Janmana Vidyate. No more next life. So where do we go if no more next life? Yes, you go back to Golok, back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada, whenever he preached in the Western world, he said, we should prepare this life to go back home. We should not make any other focus and goal in our life. We may get some big thing here, but we will miss the goal of going back to home. We will come back again in the cycle of birth and death. So one who is intelligent will not make investment other than only focusing on going back to Krishna. जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि के चक्कर से निकलने का ही एक प्रोग्राम. Other things, all our lives, life after life, we have done it. We have done family, we have done society, we have done great business, we have been kings, we may have been heavenly people, we may have been so many things, and it is no special we are doing it again in this world. This is what we have done lives and lives and lives. So if you're really intelligent, now we will design our life to go back to Krishna. We will do all our responsibilities, but our goal will be very clear. We will not make other goals. And in pursuit of that goal, we will orchestrate everything. That is a devotee. Right? Because this offer is so much available. Right? It's like a choice. We have a choice to get out of the jail, out of all our bindings, and experience our real self. You see, when you do kirtan, when you participate, the soul dances. Right? Imagine the soul fully manifests itself. How much ecstasy you will feel. That is being home, your own self. Right now, we are in this covering of this ignorance of this body. That's why it's so dull. Soul is active, body makes you dull. Isn't it? But imagine the soul completely becomes manifest. What will happen to our joy? Unlimited. The source of love. So the fifth blessing here is back home, back to Godhead, by coming in touch with Adharamrit of the Lord, Gita. So this needs to become our goal. Actually, what happens when you study Gita, it's about the intent of how do you study, right? Because this is Krishna. So based on what you want, the reciprocation will be likewise. Like Prabhupada said, there are 650 commentaries written on the Gita. And none of them made any devotees. Why? Because everyone approached Gita in a particular way and commented it according to their interest. Someone comments, oh, Gita is speaking about Ayurveda. There's some verses or whatever, like that. But Prabhupada said, when we are presenting it, we are speaking it as Krishna said it in the parampara. Krishna is speaking it to us so that he can bring us back to his lotus feet, back home, back to God. So that should be the message of the Gita. If somebody reads Gita and is only convinced that I should stay in this world and try to be happy, that means he's not read Gita or he has wrongly understood. If he reads Gita, he will get the phone number of Krishna, the address of Krishna, and he'll be excited. I want to go back to Krishna. That's why for devotees, death is a very happy aspect because the curtain will raise. Till now, I've been talking of Krishna, I've been chanting all my life and experiencing little from all the distance. Today, I'm going to see Krishna face to face. So, for a devotee, death is the most romantic thing. The Lord of my heart is going to be there face to face. So, by reading Gita, the person's romance should increase. Right? That's why Prabhupada said, when we are presenting it as it is, people are becoming devotees. Because we are giving unfiltered Krishna's message as it is. That's why Prabhupada said, Bhagavad Gita as it is. No add, no subtract. Right? Just like when you're seeing through your spectacles. The spectacles are an obstruction? No, they're giving you clear vision. That is parampara. No add on. Give you exactly the message. So, this is the fifth blessing of the Gita. No punarjanma. And no punarjanma means not like, भाई प्रभु जी अभी जन्म होगा तो क्या करेंगे? We will go and play with Krishna. Everyone likes to play. Everyone likes to have fun. Who does not like to play and have fun? But how much can you really do? But when you go to Goloka Vrindavan, it said every walk is a dance, every word is a song. And when do you sing? Yes. So every time you sing, what does that mean when you're in Golok Vrindavan? You're blissful because every time you see Krishna, have some Leela with Krishna, you become more and more excited. And Krishna has such a charm that every time you look at him, he will look different. That's the Lord. And Krishna is one personality, so to say, but everybody can experience the joy of being with him. How can that be? If you're paying attention to one person, the other person will say, Humko time kab denge? Yes, but he's using his being Lord to charm the hearts of his devotees. People become lords to enforce upon others. Krishna wants to use all his power to increase the love of his devotees. Right? He's the Lord of love in that way. Amazing, right? Krishna has a japamala, you know, made of jewels, and he carries it every day. He uses it for counting his cows. When the cows are coming back from the, herding, he has to count if all have come back. So there's a set of cows, and he counts them, and then he puts one bead down. Okay, ye sab aa gaye. Nandi Mukhi, sab aa gaye. Fir ye aa gaye. And Krishna knows every cow's name. Crores of cows. And a cow which has not come, only when Krishna calls with love, it will come. Right? So imagine Nandi Mukhi has not come, and all have come. Because Nandi Mukhi wants to hear that, nectarian voice. And Krishna will say, Hey Nandi Mukhi, chalo na. Maiya pratiksha kar rahi hongi. And the moment she hears, the ears will go big and the tail will go high, and will run to Krishna, crying tears of ecstasy, of feeling reciprocation. The soul's need is love. Our need is not all that we think. That's our artificial need. The real need of what we want is we want to feel loved. And we want to love people genuinely, to be kind with them, to serve them, to sacrifice with no agenda. This is what we thrive. When you do something with an agenda, that's not your real self. The real self is the love self. Right? So Goloka Vrindavan is a different world. Krishna says, if every day you read Gita and come in touch with Krishna's message, come back home. Right? And what does the word Gita mean? Yes. And who's singing this song? Who is he singing for? Yes. He's singing out of love, just like movies are made. Oh, I miss you so much. When will you come home? And falana, falana, falana. So Bhagavad Gita is a love song where Krishna is speaking out of love. And if you read Gita properly, you can see his love. How in every chapter, in every verse, it's actually a call to bring you back. Don't go there, come here. Krishna is saying, don't go to the Devatas, don't go to the Mayavadis, don't go to the impersonalists, don't go to karma, don't go to jnana, don't go to yoga. He'll He trails through Arjuna and then he's telling a message. And then somebody may say, oh, if I come to you, I'd miss that. Maybe I'll miss something. No, 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 I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this. So if you read Gita with this personalized aspect of Krishna speaking to you, you'll start seeing it's a desperate book. It's a book somebody is desperately speaking to you in every place, you know. That's why when you get the mood of the book, then the book becomes alive. Otherwise, it's like, oh, Krishna is saying something here, Krishna is saying something else here. But what is the intent of what he's saying? Through and through, what he's saying is to get you. So, Bhagavad Gita is, as Prabhu rightly said, it's a song of love sung by Bhagavan for all his lost children to bring them back home. So, that's why when you read Gita, what are you getting in touch with? Yes, only a neutral Lord. You're getting in touch with the song which is filled with great eagerness to get you back home. जैसे कि कोई आपको बुलाए और वो बुलाने में एक intense feeling है that I want you. Is there a difference? Right? Then you desperately go to him. So Krishna is having that desperateness when he's speaking the Gita. Right? So this is the fifth blessing. So we'll just read 6 and 7. It's already getting 6. No. Let us read the shloka first. Sarvopanishado gao Dugda Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat. Yes, this is again an analogy which you can remember. Sarvo Upanishado. All the Upanishads and all the Shastras are like a cow. All the Shastra, all the Upanishads are like cow. Dogda Gopalanandana. Dogda means Dogda, one who removes milk. The Gopal. Who is Gopal? Gopalanandana. So you have mother cow, which is like all Shastras. And now the cow will not give milk. You need the milkman. Okay, so if you have cow and if you have milkman, will cow give milk? What else do you know? If you have a cow and if you have a milkman, will the cow give milk? Even if he milks. Yes, cow only gives milk when it feels affection. So that's why if you want the cow to give milk, you have to bring the calf. So Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta. Who is the Vatsa? Who is the calf? Arjun. Yes. And out of affection, you know. And what is the milk? This is the milk. What is the essence of the cow? The milk. Right? So the essence of all Shastra is, and who has milked the essence? Krishna, out of affection for Arjun, and through Arjun for us. Right? Because when you milk, the calf takes a portion and the remaining is to the people. So who are the other people who are reading it? So Krishna is milking it for whom? For us. Nice analogy, right? Beautiful analogy. So Krishna is personally giving you the essence. So somebody may have come to a conclusion that yes, I want to become very serious, but he may say, but शास्त्र तो इतने हैं, इतने तत्व हैं. कोई बोल रहा है यूट्यूब पे ऐसा करो, कोई यूट्यूब पे बोल रहा है ऐसा करो, मेरे चाचा ये बोल रहे हैं, मेरे दादा ये बोल रहे हैं, मेरे ये बोल रहे हैं, वो बोल रहे हैं, तो मैं क्या करूं? Krishna says, I have milked, I have given you the essence of everything. I'm giving you, Arjuna, and through Arjuna, I'm giving to you. So take Gita Amrit. So as devotees, our knowledge and practice and our emphasis should be based on what Gita says. How do we make substantial advancement? If we keep the conclusions spoken by Krishna as our highest priority. Makes sense what I'm saying? Like so many people may say so many things. What are you going to put trust on? Yes. Just like in this world, in this country, the local governments, like we have experience, whenever you want the chief minister to come to the temple, first the police will come and set some rules. Then the higher police will come, de-set all the rules and set another rules. Then the higher people will come, they will de-set and set. So which is the rule you have to follow? The highest one. So similarly, in this country, the minister may make a rule, but if the prime minister makes a rule, whom do you follow? Similarly, the greatest authority is who? So if he says something and everybody says something, whose opinion should have weight? Krishna. So we should know that Krishna has milked the essence, and if Krishna is saying something, there stands no one as an authority there. Krishna's words should become the greatest emphasis in our lives. Or once Krishna has said it, then other arguments have no weight. That's how we become steady in our life. You understand? You become steady when you hold on to something which is steady. You hold on to your mind. Will we ever become steady? We will always be wandering. We will sit and wander, and if you don't sit, we'll wander. That's why everybody's wandering. You know, but then if you anchor yourself to something which is steady, which is Krishna. In the ocean, if a boat or a ship anchors to something steady, then it'll get anchored. So this is the way you anchor your life. There's force of time, force of opinions. Right? Today I have concluded something, today I get washed away. And my commitments go different. So how do you keep up your commitments? Get to Gita and keep taking Krishna's conclusions. Then you'll anchor. Right? That's how devotees are so fixed. Not because they are so strong, but because they hold on to the strongest. And you will see, even as devotees, if you don't read every day, even all of us, you cannot say, hey, Prabhu, I've been reading for last 26 years or 24 years, so now I don't need to read. And I can be still very strong. No. If I don't read, maybe I can speak to you. But if I don't read and take shelter, I will get swayed. Why? Because just like you've eaten for 30, 40 years, so now you don't need to eat. Right? 40-50 साल आप खाए हो, 3 टाइम खाए हो, तो आज से खाना बंद कर देते, तो क्या होगा? Only weak. You will not cease to live. Right? Will not cease to live. So we are living because of Krishna's support. If you have stayed year after year, it's because we have held on Krishna. It's not my strength that I'm staying on. It is Krishna, and I'm holding on to Krishna. So the day I think it's my strength, that pride will take me away. And if I'm always humble to understand it's Krishna's strength, and every time hold on to devotees, hold on to Krishna, hold on to the message, then कोई बाल भी बांका नहीं कर पाएगा, whatever be the opinions. So like this, we hold on to Krishna, anchor our life with Krishna, who is giving us the essence. And the last one, ekam shastram devaki putra geetam, eko devo devaki putra eva, eko mantrastasya namani yani, कर्मापि एकम तस्य देवस्य सेवा. Yes, please. Shastram. Sri Krishna. Karmapi. Yes, so everybody is looking for United Nations. Everybody having one opinion, then everybody can get united. So Krishna is giving the unification principle here. Let there be one scripture. What is that scripture? Bhagavad Gita be the scripture. And Bhagavad Gita is actually not a religious book. It is a science of God for everyone, right? The principles that are being taught in the Gita are not kind of pertinent to one religion. It's a manual, it's a guide, and it is telling you laws of life. Everybody is living, you know. So these are laws, like gravity. The Hindus go up by gravity, and the other people are stuck to the ground. Does it work like that? Gravity works the same. That is science. So similarly, all these principles of life, the laws, these are same, whoever you may be. Right? And that's why Prabhupada, when he preached the message of Gita all over the world, Americans, Europeans, Africans, Australians, Asians, even people in Amazon, people in the Siberian countries, each of them read this Gita and became lovers of God. They were all coming from different, so to say, ideologies and faiths. This is the proof. If this is a book only for the people in the Bharatvarsha alone, then how do people from the other continent with no background are reading this and becoming transformed? Makes sense what I'm saying? So what does it mean? Yes. So this is the proof that this book is not for, it is actually, why in India it is so much, because India is the place where the culture is preserved. So the duty of Indians is to go out and spread it. Bharat means, Bharat word means one who can take this responsibility, bhar, to give this spiritual knowledge to the world. They are called Bharatvashi. They can take the abha, the glory of this place, and give it to the whole world, because we know how to be happy by taking Krishna consciousness. And the whole world is highly materialistic and gone away from God and becoming more and more unhappy. So Prabhupada said, Bharata bhumite janma hoy jar janma sarthak kari kara par upakar. Indians are not known for copying the West. Indians have solution for the world. They are supposed to make their life successful by this message and then go out and make everyone's life successful. This is what is Indians' responsibility. They will not do so good in all the other technology, in all the other aspects. We are meant for higher work. But unfortunately, instead of doing this higher work, we are doing very, very lower work of just making our ends meet through all the material means. But our capacity, Krishna says, is of becoming leaders for the world. So the world needs direction, right? So this one book, what is that one book? The manual, the science of the Gita. Then one God, big problems. My God, your God, communal riots. Says there's only one God. Who is that? Krishna. Now one may say, Prabhu, what is this? Now you said one religion. So how do you deal it? So once there was a devotee who was arguing with a big Christian, and he was fighting that our God is the Christ. And the devotee was saying, no, it's Krishna. And there was a big conflict. So the devotee asked to that father, the, he said, is your God beautiful? And he said, yes, my God is beautiful. The Christian, father said, is your God strong? He said, yes, my God is all strong. Is your God wealthy? Yes, he has all the wealth. Is your God famous? He said, yes, he's all famous. Then he said, is he having all knowledge? Yes, he has all the knowledge. Is your God renounced? He said, yes, he's all renounced. He said, in Sanskrit, one who has these six opulences in full is called Krishna. Right? Sarva akarshati iti Krishna. जो सबको आकर्षण करते हैं वो हैं कृष्ण. Anybody is beautiful. Is he attractive or not? He or she. Anyone will become attractive. That means if you have opulence of beauty, you become attractive. If you have opulence of being famous, everybody becomes attractive. Even if people have little bit. So fame, beauty, knowledge, strength, wealth, and koi tyagi hai. They all make people attractive. And Krishna has all of them in full. And a person who has all of them in full is most attractive. And the word that is used for a person who has all of them in full and is most attractive is Krishna. So he asked that Christian father, is your God Krishna? He said, yes. The sun in your country and sun in India and sun in America, are they different? We say Bhaskar, they say sun, or somebody says in some other language. Does the sun change? No. Somebody says Allah. Who is he referring to? What do you mean by Allah? Allah means great. So who is great? They don't know about the form of the Lord. They know God is great, but they don't know how God is great. So who are they referring to? Krishna. Right? The Christians say Jesus is the son of Christ. And if you see the word Christ and Krishna, they come from the same root of the word. So when they say Christ, Krishna, they're actually referring to Krishna. They don't know. Like, if you go to a Christian church, you will see Mary holding a baby. Now, there's no episode of Jesus being a baby and she holding it. So, who's that picture of Mary holding a child? Yashoda holding Krishna. Make sense? Right? Because all the religions only have come 1,000 years back, 1,500 years back. They are all offshoots of Vedic culture. But slowly, it has become drifted. Right? So there's actually only one God. And even in Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, are there many gods? It says no. Sri Krishna is the only one. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ar Sabhaprati. If you study the Brahma Samhita, all the devatas are not gods. They are holding portfolios for fulfilling Lord's work. They are human beings with extraordinary power. Even you can become a devata if you have that punya. So even if you study the Vedic school, it's not a polytheism. There are many gods and there's a big confusion who is supreme. No, it's very clear in the Bhagavad, you know, uh, and the Paribhashaka Sutra of Bhagavad, which is the essence of all the Vedas. It's very clear. He says that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And if you see in Gita, Krishna says, I am Sarvasya Prabhavo. It's only you find me any other book where somebody is speaking about himself to be the Lord of everything. It's only one person, that is Krishna, speaking in the whole Vedic literatures, openly saying, क्योंकि कौन बोल सकता है जो है जो है वो जोर जोर से बोल सकता है, जो नहीं है वो कैसे बोल सकता है? तो आप सारे शास्त्र खोलो, सब जगह इंकित ज्ञान है कि ये हो सकते हैं, बट गीता में तो ओपनली भगवान बोल रहे हैं, श्लोक के बाद श्लोक के बाद श्लोक, दैट आई एम द सोर्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग, यू सरेंडर टू मी, सबको मैं देख लूंगा. दैट्स व्हाट कृष्ण इज सेइंग. तुम आप बोलेंगे कि भाई मैं आपकी भक्ति कर रहा हूं, देवताओं की पूजा छोड़ दिया, क्या होगा? अरे वो तो सब मेरे दास हैं, तुम मेरे पास आ गए, तुमको क्या चिंता करना है? मां शुचा. So the only person who is giving so much of weightage and openly voicing it is only Krishna. Find another scripture where somebody else is saying, I'm God. Right? You find a place where Lord Shiva says, I'm God. You find another place where others say. There's only one person who says, I'm God. And that's Krishna. Right? And Krishna, Vishnu, Rama, they're all one person. Right? They come as different roles for different purpose. Just like a hero comes in a movie like a romantic star, in another movie he comes like a martial commander. It's the same person who is coming in different forms, different ways, depending on the mood that is needed. It is not a different person coming. So there is only one God, and that is Krishna. And Prabhupada was so confident, that's why he could go to the whole world and preach. He didn't have any kind of feeling, oh, I'm Sanatan Dharma Hindu, abhi I go to American Christian, Jewish background, or other backgrounds, and I tell them Krishna is God. No, Prabhupada knew this is the sun under whose shelter everybody is there. So I know. Then Prabhupada is sitting in a big garden with all philosophers and scientists and is asking, so who is God? And all of the philosophers, scientists are looking at each other, big philosophers. And Prabhupada said, that means you don't know. One person said, Swamiji, this is a very difficult concept. It needs lot of deliberation. Prabhupada said, iska matlab aapko pata nahi. Prabhupada said, you don't know who is God. I know who is God. Krishna is God. Accept it. आपको पता नहीं भगवान कौन है, मुझको पता है कृष्ण भगवान है, बता रहा हूं, मान लो. सो सिंपल लॉजिक. आप मूर्ख हो, मैं जानता हूं, मैं आपको एड्रेस बता रहा हूं, नाम बता रहा हूं, मान लो. So Prabhupada was so bold because Prabhupada knew that this is the truth. There is no debate. People are debating because they are foolish. There is no debate. Right? There's only one God. So that's what it's saying. Ekam Devaki Putram. Eko mantra. This is the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Which means the names of the Lord. When they're chanting the names of Allah, when they're chanting, the Christians are chanting on the rosary, the names of Lord. Those names and these names are same because they are all referring to God. So if you're chanting the holy name, then it is the same Naam. You call the Lord in this name or call in that name. If you're calling the Lord with love, you're perfect. Right? So what is the only one way, the mantra is to call the names of Lord with love. That is only one. And ultimately, एक ही occupation है ये पूरी दुनिया का. What is it? Service to the Lord. Right? If you serve the Lord, everyone will become happy and peaceful. Why? Because if you serve the Lord, everyone is Lord's. So you will serve Everyone. Make sense? अगर आप भगवान को प्रेम करते हो, सेवा करते हो, तो सब तो भगवान की संतान है, तो फिर सबके प्रति आपका सेवा का भाव आ जाएगा. आप किसी और को सेंटर बनाते हो कृष्ण के अलावा, आप सबकी सेवा नहीं करोगे. मेरा देश, तुम्हारा देश, मेरा कंट्री, आपका कंट्री, मेरी मेरी बिरादरी, आपकी बिरादरी, और कोई भी सेंटर हुआ, पक्षपात होगा, लड़ाई होगी. तो घरों में हो जाता है मेरा सब परिवार, तुम्हारा सब परिवार, और परिवार में भी मैं और तुम. तो केंद्र अगर भगवान नहीं हुए तो अशांति और युद्ध निश्चित है, क्योंकि दो पार्टी हो ही जाएगा. एक ही व्यक्ति है जिसको केंद्र बनाए, कोई पार्टी नहीं बनेगा और सब एक हो जाएंगे. वो कौन है? Krishna. So if you make Lord the center, everybody makes the Lord the center and serves, then it'll work. Now somebody may say, but Prabhuji, we see so many communal riots. They are saying we are the center, we are the center. But really, are they really fighting to love God? They are fighting because they want to use religion as a bait for their agenda. How do you get following? So people who are wanting to worship God, they'll not have a fight. Like if you go to Mayapur, devotees from 80 countries coming together and dancing. Ukrainians and Russians were dancing in Kirtan while the Ukrainian war is going with Russia. Right? Once Krishna is the center and everybody is serving Krishna, everybody is on one page. One father, one universal father, there will be universal brotherhood. Otherwise, you talk brotherhood, it is only superficial. जब तक एक पिता नहीं, सब भाई बहन कैसे बनेंगे? Right? At that level.